Meteorologist Paul Deanna with a special weather webcast for November 16th. 150,000 homes still without power as of Tuesday morning, as we had one of the biggest windstorms in Western Washington since the Hanukkah Eve storm of 2006. Take a look at the wind gusts. I want to go over that first. I want to explain why it happened and then what happens from here. Taking the cake, Oak Harbor, 61 mile per hour wind gust. Port Angeles, 60 miles per hour. North Bend, also 60 miles per hour. In West Seattle at Alki Point, 53 miles per hour. Anacortes, 57 miles per hour. Tacoma, 51. Shelton, 49 miles per hour. And at the 520 Floating Bridge, 46 miles per hour. Point Wilson, near 60 miles per hour. Even in Bellevue, Cougar Mountain, a 52 mile per hour wind gust. Issaquah and Bellevue, winds still strong, 39 and 38 miles per hour respectively. 49 miles per hour for Gig Harbor, 45 miles per hour for Olympia, and near 40 miles per hour for Bellingham and Everett. Those are big numbers, and those are bigger numbers than what we forecast. Have to admit to you that this is not what we forecast. We forecasted windy, 25, 30, 35 miles per hour. Big difference between that forecast and what actually happened. So what did happen? Let me explain to you. We knew there would be a low-pressure area swinging by to our north. Two things happened that we didn't forecast. One, on the lee side of the Olympics, a tiny but significant area of low pressure formed just to the east of there, and that began to draw the winds from the south to the north. That's why in and around Seattle, the wind picked up beginning 1 or 2 o'clock. The bigger story was the rapid intensification of this area of low pressure. As it moved by from west to east, it acted like a huge vacuum, literally sucking up that air from the south to the north, and everywhere along the I-5 corridor or near the water was drawn in with gusty winds coming from the south to the north, because winds by rule of nature always flow from higher pressure to lower pressure. So everything was flowing into this area. That was not forecast to be that strong. We did not forecast winds that strong, but that is what happened. Now let's look forward, because as soon as tomorrow another storm moves in, and we already have a winter storm watch issued by the National Weather Service for at least a foot of snow in the mountains, and beyond that, we're going to be talking about some cold air moving in and the chance of some lowland snowfall, primarily well north of Seattle on Saturday and Sunday. So what's going on? So calm in October, so relatively calm in November. Let's talk about what's happening after this system moves in. 500 millibar chart, about 15,000 feet. Very, very low pressure coming down from the Gulf of Alaska into the general area of Western Washington. Look at this thing just dive down and head directly for us and sit just offshore. Two things this is going to do. One, it's going to destabilize the atmosphere and give us a good chance of showers for the next couple of days and really energize that front moving in tomorrow, giving us lots of mountain snow. Another thing it's going to do, it's going to act like a magnet itself with a surface reflection of the low and draw in some cold air coming down from Canada and really make things chilly, to the tune that by this weekend, even in Seattle, we will have high temperatures only in the 30s. Now, cold air, La Nina, a lot of you are thinking, is it going to snow? Am I going to get snow at my house this weekend? Right now, our forecast thinking is no, and here is the reason why. I'm going to take you to this map. Very cool website, cool, COOLWX.com. Shows a breakdown of rainfall over the next 7 days, what type of precipitation it would be. Would it be rain? Would it be snow? And you see a big maxima right here, about a half of an inch of precipitation on Wednesday evening. After that, we get pretty dry. Yes, there's a chance for a flurry or two, and yes, there's a chance for an isolated snow shower or two when it gets cold enough this weekend. But the problem is with this particular pattern, by the time the cold gets here, which I'll show over here on a different chart, you see the temperatures just falling down, down, down. The high is only in the mid to upper 30s by the weekend. By the time that gets here, the dry air is also going to make it here. Now, the exception to the rule will be Whatcom County. I think there will be some moisture around. And with so much cold air moving in, any deviation from this precipitation forecast would mean there's a chance of some lowland snow over the weekend. But right now, we are looking at calm weather today before our next storm moves in on Wednesday. Heavy mountain snow coming up on Wednesday. No more windstorms like what we saw yesterday. But the chance in a few isolated areas of some lowland snow coming up on Saturday and Sunday. It's a La Nina fall. We are just getting started, and we got started with a very powerful punch on Monday night. I'm meteorologist Paul Deanna. Stay tuned to KOMO 4 and KOMOnews.com. We'll get you through this fall and winter. We'll have some fun along with it, but a major windstorm moving through last night.